Bhishma, ever strategic, said, "Let's divide the army into 4 parts. One group should protect the king, another should guard the cattle, and the remaining 2 should confront Arjuna." The army was positioned accordingly, with the cattle in the rear, and Duryodhana just ahead of them. As Arjuna scanned the battlefield, he didn't see Duryodhana. Instead, he saw Bhishma, Drona, and other great warriors lined up to fight. But Arjuna, honoring the tradition of respect, didn't start the battle immediately. He shot 2 arrows near Bhishma's feet, showing his reverence for the elder. Similarly, he saluted his teacher, Drona. In those times, war was seen as a sacred duty, not a mere act of destruction, and respect among warriors was paramount. Arjuna turned to the Prince Uttara and said, "Look over there, see the flag with the symbol of a tall palmyra tree? That's Bhishma's chariot. And there, the flag with a bowl on it? That's Drona's. I don't want to fight them. The cattle are behind them. If they attack, just move quickly. But see that flag with an elephant? That's Karna's chariot. Stop our chariot if we come across him. Fighting Karna is a rare joy for me. And that flag with a hooded cobra? That's Duryodhana's. Drive straight towards him. We must avoid wasting time with others." As the battle intensified, Bhishma, Drona, Kripa, and Asvatthama all took turns attacking Arjuna, but Uttara skillfully maneuvered the chariot past them. Arjuna engaged them just enough to hold them off. Then, Karna launched his attack on Arjuna. A fierce battle erupted between Arjuna and the Kaurava warriors. The epic poet vividly describes the scene, noting how Arjuna single-handedly fought many legendary heroes. Even celestial beings and ancient heroes flew down in their aerial vehicles to witness the momentous clash from the skies. Karna put up a strong resistance against Arjuna, but he couldn't stop his advance. During the fight, Prince Uttara, who was driving Arjuna's chariot, fainted from the intensity of the battle. Without hesitation, Arjuna took control of both the reins and his bow, skillfully driving the chariot with one hand while shooting arrows with the other. When Uttara regained consciousness, he was in awe of Arjuna's incredible feat and praised him, saying, "I was exhausted just from driving. But you, fighting and driving at the same time, are truly amazing." After letting Uttara rest, Arjuna instructed him to drive the chariot to the rear, where he released the cattle from captivity and told the cowherds to quickly take them back to safety. Then, Arjuna turned his attention to Duryodhana, engaging him in a fierce duel. Though Duryodhana fought valiantly, Arjuna eventually defeated him. As the battle raged, Bhishma, Drona, Kripa, and Asvatthama rushed to Duryodhana's aid, leading to a chaotic and intense fight. The poet of the epic describes how Arjuna, though alone, seemed to multiply, appearing as many to the warriors battling him. Eventually, Arjuna unleashed the Sammohanastra, a powerful weapon that emitted invisible rays, putting the entire Kaurava army into a deep sleep. Prince Uttara, astonished by the sight, shouted, "The Kaurava army has been completely defeated." However, Arjuna reminded him to stay quiet, recalling the promise they made to Princess Uttara. He then instructed the prince to gather pieces of colorful cloth from the headgear of the unconscious Kaurava warriors as proof of their victory. But Arjuna cautioned, "Do not approach Bhishma, he knows how to counter the Sammohanastra, and if you disrespect him, he might harm you. Also avoid Drona, for he is my teacher, and we must always honor him." Uttara obediently collected the cloth pieces and returned to the chariot. Together, they made their way back to the Shami tree, where Arjuna carefully stored the Gandiva bow. With their task complete, they began their journey home.